What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Some transfer talk, a few bits and pieces around Leeds United and transfer rumor-wise. It's going to be fun to get into it. Before I go on, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments in on the video below, in the comment box below. I've got to say a big thank you to Mr. P for donating a super thanks on the last video. Thank you very much, Mr. P, for your support as always. And to Archid Anan, I hope I've said that right, who's a new member of the channel. Thank you for joining. And if you want to join the channel as a member, memberships are in the description. Robbie saying, hey, KG, I hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good, man. Hello to Gail. Bully B in the house. Shane, number one in your hearts, I think. I think that's what that might be, Shane. Hey, listen, Shane, speaking of that, you see on this thing, you get two different types of things. You know what? He probably would, Dale. He probably would. You know, you get messages that are really cool, really nice, really heartwarming and stuff like that. And then you get the other side. Listen, I had to block somebody the other day. I didn't even message the guy, nothing, but he was going on another channel, another Leeds United channel, making up pure rumors and fabrications. And I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. But obviously that's more to do with that person missing something in their life. You know, I hope they get the treatment and therapy that they need. But yeah, I mean, listen, lies and stuff like that. I don't mind if people joke about and stuff, but when you're just coming out with straight up lies, I'm not really into that. And it didn't make any sense anyway, because the video is here, the Cardiff review is here, and I don't edit stuff, as people very well know. So it just didn't make any sense. I think, you know, all that kind of stuff, I'm not into that. But there you go. You get the good and bad of this YouTube game. Ash saying, always loving the KG content. I hope you well. Yeah, man, I'm all good. I'm all good. And Dale here, yeah, I can't believe we're actually buying some players. I'm still in shock, and I'm loving it, man. The shock is good. I mean, I'm hoping that the Ounahi one goes over the gets over the line. It's going to be a tough one, but yeah, let's start there. Azzedine Ounahi, sorry, the Moroccan midfielder from Angers. Listen, if we can get that one done, that would be tremendous business. Now, we mentioned it on the last one, but I didn't know too much about it. And I wanted to see a couple more like top tier journalists talk about it. And I've seen it now. So I'm in. I'm all in. And that's the kind of midfielder that we should be looking at. It would, yeah, exactly. Theo, yes, KG Ounahi would be amazing. It would be unbelievable. And yes, I saw a funny comment actually from a Leeds fan saying, if he's at the bottom of the French league, why doesn't he come to Leeds United? I always flip those things around though and say, well, if Rafinha was struggling with us as relegation candidates, why wouldn't he go to a mid-tier French Ligue 1 team? Just wouldn't happen, would it? But it's easy to do when it's somebody else's team. Shout out to you, Alison. Blake, honestly, this made so many people laugh. You have no idea, Blake. Shout out to you. And John saying, but would Jesse style play suit Ounahi? Listen, I mean, I want to speak about Jesse on another video, I think, because a lot of people do ask me about how I feel about Jesse and everything. So I want to keep that to another one. I want to stick with transfers on here. And yeah, obviously, Casper just mentioned here, Router news gone scarily quiet. I don't think it's scarily quiet. I'm not panicked about that until somebody says there's been a hitch, there's been something. I think it's just formalities, technicalities, getting the fee right, getting the agreements between the clubs. I think it's just the formalities now, in all fairness. But listen, if there's anything, if it gets announced tonight, I'll be back on later tonight. So let's just keep a lookout for that. But when you're talking about a midfielder who can give us something, I mean, even extra midfield, and it's kind of something that I want to say about the direction that we seem to be going in now from this January, and we'll talk about it with the possible loans after this Ounahi one. Just think about that double in the midfield of Adams and Ounahi. Because listen, let's face it. Let's face it. Our defense definitely needs the help. So a double of that would be tremendous. And then even so, you've got Rocker to come off the bench. Now that is strength in depth. I like that. I like it a lot. As Lloyd Christmas said, I like it a lot. You know what I mean? I would love that. But obviously, nothing's agreed. He's favouring Napoli, and you can't blame him for that. Listen, Napoli are a tremendous side with tremendous players. They're in the, you know, riding high in Serie A. I can understand him wanting to go there. Champions League football, all of that makes sense. But the Premier League is still a big pull, people, and that's something that you can't forget. Premier League is a huge pull. Listen, Wolves are bottom of the league, and they managed to get Mateus Cunha to go there. He's not going there for the sights of Wolverhampton. Trust me, I've been there many times. He's not going there for the lifestyle there. He's going there because he wants to play Premier League football, and he's been sold on a project. It's all about what our people can do. Victor Radrizzani can do to persuade Ounahi that this is his next best move. Because think about it as well, he's only 22, so he's got this. His next move after such a hot tournament that he just played in is very important. So it's totally understandable why he's taking his time. But hopefully, if this one doesn't go through, there's other options in midfield because we definitely need another one. Nick Gill saying 49ers investing in their asset finally. That's what I feel, Nick. I said it that I feel like this is the 49ers stepping in and making sure that their asset doesn't drop to the champ, because I do believe that they want to be involved in this Premier League thing. I do. And a lot of it heavily relies on the 49ers and us staying in the Premier League. And there's no point taking that chance again. You saw what happened last year. Let's not go through that again. Let's get some players in. Other teams are signing players or changing managers or potentially changing managers. Let's do our business nice and early. Listen, as a content creator, it's probably best for a signing to come in on the last day of the transfer window. I want everything done, say, by the 20th. It's the 11th today. I would love everything that we've got to do done by the 20th. I don't want any last minute dramas, nothing. I want everything to be settled. And listen, if we get, Ruta in, and let's say we do get Ounahi in, that's another January to, what is it, May, June, that they've got to play in the Prem, and then they've got a full season next season. To me, it would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Theo saying Wolverhampton is bouncing. I don't know what you're on about. Listen, I've had great nights out in Wolverhampton, Theo, not going to lie, but come on, for a Brazilian. Christian, though, is saying we need more English-based players. Like who, Christian? Let me know. Let me know some of the names that you're thinking of. Somebody was asking about Jack Harrison. Well, listen, a few people have asked, would you let Jackie go now? I just, for me, with Jack Harrison, I do think he becomes an expendable asset, especially with Nanto here. Sinistera to come back, and even Ruta likes to drift wide off that left. We've seen him whip him in from that side. I think that if he's not going to sign a new contract here, then yeah, I would let him go. I always said about Jack Harrison when this question came up when Newcastle were in for him, is that I wouldn't let him go because I didn't know if the club were going to use the money to go and get a replacement. That was the only condition. And for me, yeah, I would let him go because for me, again, and this goes to the last question as well that we're going to get into on this stream. It feels like the direction is changing with the business that we've been linked to and the business that we're doing in and out. It feels like we're finally realizing we can't just keep on relying on young British talent to come through and save us. We need either hot end young talent or established players like Verba, who's come in now and probably moved a couple players out on loan. I think it's good. I think it's good. I feel like we're making some kind of progress, but yeah, let's get them signed and sealed. But yeah, Ounahi, we'll keep an eye on that one. I'm hoping that Leeds will stay in for him as long as they possibly can and get him in, because I mean that signing would be magnificent for me. Yeah, I mean a few of you saying yeah Harrison's inconsistent. He is absolutely inconsistent. And if we're being real, apart from a couple of good cameos since the transfer window closed in the summer, he hasn't done nothing, absolutely nothing, and we see that happen a lot. And for me, that's where I said when I came back after the last tournament break that I'm going to try not to give so many excuses for certain players now, because some of them have been here long enough as well. Obviously, one that got spoken about against Cardiff hasn't been here that long, but some of you wanting gone already in Christensen. The feedback on that was mad. But yeah, some players I think have had far too long, and we've seen the proofs in the pudding. We haven't progressed with them, so maybe it's time for some of them to go. And if you can get, let's just say you can get 20 for Harrison, 25 even, I would do it. I would do it. Yeah, absolutely, Deshaun. He's been missing since the Chelsea game. Absolutely. So yeah, that's Ounahi. So we're going off him. Just okay. So these are outs now, and Cresswell, who some of you would love to bring back. apparently, I mean, this is a couple of days old now, but they want to recall him from Millwall and send him out on loan again to another championship club that will play him more. Completely makes sense to me, and I hope that they can get it done. But it's, even though we own him, Millwall have got a hold in the cards right now because they probably want to keep him there and keep him on the bench. But listen, it would be good for him to go out and get some regular first team football because he's not really getting that at Millwall right now. So yeah, for me, that makes complete sense. Try and get Creswell back and then reloan him out. I still think that he's going back out next season, by the way. I don't think he's coming back to the first team next season. I think he needs another bit of seasoning out in the first team in the championship. Yeah, Theo, we would struggle to get 20 million for Harrison. I think, yeah, but you know what, Theo, let's try. Let's try. Even if let's just say it's 15 million and then bring it up to 20 after add-ons. Let's do that. In fact, I'm going to mention that about a player in just a minute. What's everybody saying? Talk Sports saying Jesse ain't in trouble. It's nonsense. They're aware they should be in the table and it's still early. They need to address a few things and grow. I'm with Talk Sports. Listen, I haven't got no stocks in Jesse Marsch, though. I just want to make it clear. I want whoever's best for the job. But I did say at the beginning of the season that I'm willing to suffer another year of pain as long as we survive and that we kick on in the summer and get even better players to replace some of them now. Because I predicted that we finished 15th, 16th. I think it was 16th in the end, I said. So we're about where we need to be. But the style of play, we need one. Because at the moment, it is freestyle football. It is freestyle football. We don't know what we're getting from game to game. And you can see Jesse, he's visibly and audibly heard himself saying that he's frustrated with that people aren't getting the messages. And that does come to the intelligence of a football player if they can get the message. Do some of them want to hear the message? That's a whole other question. But from what I see, with us buying Verba, with us getting players that allegedly Jesse has helped pick, I think he's here. So again, I'm not attached to Jesse. I'm just not. I'm not attached to any manager. But I do think that with better players like we've seen, I think he could probably do a better job. But if these new players come in, let's just say we do get Ounahi in and Reuter in and stuff, and we're still playing the same freestyle football that we're doing now, then that is on the coach. But we've just got to wait and see. And Tuck even agrees. Yeah, the freestyle case is mad, and I agree. It's absolutely insane, Tuck. We just can't hold the lead, which is unbelievable. And I mean, I didn't listen to him talk because I really can't listen to Liam Cooper talk. But I saw a little clip of him talking about how we take a lead and can't hold it. You saw exactly. I mean, the Cardiff game is a perfect example, and that's against a low-end championship club. You got to fix that up. And maybe that's why we are going for another defensive midfielder. Harry just saying, different formation, we could be so much better. That's what annoys us the most, I think. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think there's different ways of playing, but I would say this, Harry, I don't even know what the formation is that we're playing right now. Everyone is all over the place. And I'll tell you why I say that, because when I watch other teams and they sit back, they are in straight banks and they're saying, you come and break us down. If you can break us down, cool. What we do, though, is we have a bank and then another bank, and I'm saying bank, but then we'll get three people out to press just at a moment's notice, and then everything else, and then everyone is all over the place. You see in our right back up the pitch, you see in our left back being pulled into centre back. It's freestyle football. That's the best way I can describe it right now. And Gail, brilliant point as always. Just stupid mistakes by different players. Absolutely, there just seems to be a calamity every time. And I've said many times, listen, we are not an elite football club where we win 90% of our matches. There are ways of losing games, though. It's just that we just shoot ourselves in the foot all the time. You've got to cut that out. But again, that's players' mentality. That's a player mentality thing. I don't mind if I see a goal going out from 25 yards or 30 yards, but they're not even that. They are just error-laden mistakes that we keep making. But yeah, I mean, well, that's it, John. Currently, ugly football, no wins. That's exactly right. It is. So he has to get this done. But we'll talk about that. I'm going to be back on tomorrow, regardless, for the preview against Villa. But yeah, it's mad. It is mad, the style of football that we're playing. But I knew this was going to be a season of pain. I wouldn't have predicted 16th if I didn't think that we were going to have pain. I didn't know it was going to be like this bad in terms of football, because you just have to see the organization of other teams sometimes and just see how neat they are. We're nowhere near that. But yeah, that's Creswell. Hjelde as well. He could be going out on loan to Rotherham. Again, probably shows you where he is in the pecking order too, especially after the arrival of Verba. And Joe Gelhardt, I think he could be going back to Wigan. That's the latest rumor. Wigan, Swansea, and probably a host of Championship clubs want him, and I can see why. Absolutely see why. Ash, no watch long for Villa. I'm afraid no. I will be on after the game, but no watch long for that one. But yeah, I mean Gelhardt back to Wigan. I mean, if you wanted to say if it was a good thing, he'll definitely play there. We got him for cheap from there, so maybe Leeds will think, well, we got you for cheap. He's a loan. We'll see whoever's going to give the best one, because I think Gelhardt will be looking for where's my best opportunity to start. I don't think he wants to go through this substitute role again. It's for first team football. Um, let's have a look. Yeah, and Tom just saying here as well, true about no wins, but we aren't dead last either, and we're not, Tom. And that's the thing for me, because we are where I thought we would be, which is around this kind of area of 14th and stuff. I know we're 2 points from the bottom, but then when there's other teams below us for a reason. Listen, Everton fans are going to stay just sitting after their game against Southampton. There are teams in other kinds of chaos as well. But obviously, when you're a fan of a football club, you don't really look at other clubs and their situations. But there are other clubs. There's a reason why they're down there. West Ham fans don't know if they want Moyes. Some of them want him out. Why is he not getting more from this current group of players? But we've just got to focus on ourselves and get a win. And hopefully we do that Friday. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, hey, Vincent Company's. Hey, listen, he's transformed Burnley, man. But yeah, Jason just saying there's a 20-year-old Dutch left ripping it up at Burnley on loan from Chelsea. Ian Markson, 9 million on transfer. Okay, yeah, transfer market hype. But yeah, he's doing absolutely brilliant there. And it's not the Burnley that you used to know. Vincent Company's got him playing some real good football. Burnley are coming back up. I think they're about 65 points ahead of second place in the championship. They've absolutely killed it, man. So shout out to Vincent Company for that. But yeah, so I mentioned Gelhardt. Now the real interesting one I saw today, and I've just seen that what's his name? Alex Moreno's moved to Aston Villa, the left back. That Junior Firpo could be going back to Real Betis. Real Betis are reportedly wanting to take him back. Leeds United want a fee. Of course, we want a fee for him. He's only what 25, 26. I know that it hasn't worked out for him here, but you can't just let him go for free or somewhere low. I do think that we can get a good fee, but like I was saying earlier about add-ons, I think it might have to be a low fee and then tack the add-ons on if he hits them at Betis, because I don't think we're going to get the 13 million back. I just think that that's just not possible from his form, injury record. What would you? And I know some of you will say Red Bull and a packet of Skittles. I get it. How much would you sell Firpo for? And here we go already. Gavin saying Firpo going for £99. Tremendous. Niall saying 8 million. See, I was thinking 7 to 8 million, and then you tack on say 5 million, 6 million if you can with add-ons based on whatever it is that they do, appearances, goals, assists, whatever it may be. But I think it's more important just to sever this relationship and get him out for his sake as well as ours, because I think he'd be more settled as well back in Spain for me. All the offers are coming in here. Napa here, Napa, sorry, a pack of smokes and a pint of skimp milk. Tremendous. I mean, listen. And Sean, you know what? I'm not even mad at this one, Sean. I take 5 million. I think I would lean more to 6, but I get it. I absolutely get it. As long as we put some add-ons. So again, that will be something to monitor if Firpo is going to go out. I just don't see where he gets any game time now with Verba here, Strauch here, who might have to go back to left back. It's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? So let's keep our eye on that one and give me your thoughts in the comments on what you're gonna do what you would do with Firpo in this scenario with Betis. Uh, C Stone is saying improved squad from last season's tissue paper thin squad. Yep, but who ahead of us would take our squad over theirs? Yeah, I mean, C Stone. That's the thing. I mean, we did improve, but then so did others around us. It doesn't work like that where we can just jump up places unless we do like perfect recruiting. Then we're not going to jump other clubs because they would have also improved too. So, yeah, I completely get all the worries and everything, but we're on the 11th of January, and I'm just not there. I'll be honest, I'm just not there yet. It's concerning the way we're playing, but I still think that we've got more than enough going forward to be dangerous and beat enough teams to stay up. I do. Nige D, Rafinha back on loan. Yeah, I saw that. It wasn't by anybody credible for me, but I've seen it. So let me just answer. I don't believe in that. I wouldn't take him back, believe it or not. I think that once you've been somewhere, it very rarely works out. Although we should remember that I think we did it with David Batty, didn't we? And listen, that worked out, but it really works out, doesn't it? Really works out. But I just think that ship sailed, and I think it's even said that he wouldn't come back anyway. I think you just leave it the way it was, and I think we've moved on regardless. So I believe it or not, I wouldn't take Rafinha back, even though he's probably the second best player I've seen play at Leeds United. So there we go. Anti Tomo saying, let's not make the Lukaku mistake. Yeah, it's not even on that scale. And Anti Tomo, I mean, that's I mean, that was football. There's some dodginess in that one. Leave for 100 million, keep on going back on loan for 8 million here and there. Yeah, I think that was a plan between Inter and Lukaku. Myself, allegedly, you have to say that in case anyone sues me. But yeah, but no, I just wouldn't do it. If he did come back, I would welcome him back with open arms. But it's just like for me, I wouldn't want certain of my legends to be manager of this team because I wouldn't want it to affect their legacy. Some things are just better left in the past. Um, let's have a look. And yeah, actually, guys, that is it. That is all I've got on the. Yeah. In the championship could have been. So yeah, that is what I've got on the docket for today. Obviously, if Ruta comes in and it's breaking at say like 7-8, then I'll be back on later today and we'll talk about him incoming. But until then, I'll definitely be back tomorrow after the press conference and we'll go through the Aston Villa game because obviously that's going to be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Gail just say giving Rodrigo some love. He's been so good this season. Listen, I saw a stat. He's the highest scoring Spaniard in all the top leagues this year. So he's doing something all right. The only thing is, I just want him just to keep on scoring like he is. I'm not going to overblow it again or anything else like that. I just want him to keep on putting the ball in the net, and I'm happy. No, Gavin. He's not on his way back. Imagine that. Imagine that. I haven't seen the QPR fans big him up, by the way. I haven't seen anything about him. And yeah, of course, yeah, Ash, hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, please. There's over 350 people here. Please hit the like on the video. It's free and the best way to support the channel. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Drop your comments on anything discussed. Oh shit, no, I haven't finished. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. No, the second bit was, has the direction of Leeds United changed? Because the reason I say that as well is because we're seeing players like Gelhardt, Hjelde, and Creswell, and others like in that mold now being made to go out on loan, and we're looking at players of a high end ability. And it just makes me think now that maybe they have changed the stance on this club now, and we're going to move in a new positive direction. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see because I think now we are either going for established talent like Verba, he's coming, or it's going to be high end youngsters, and not like, with all due respect, not like a Gelhardt who's not really known. We're talking about on a European worldwide scale where they're scouted very, very highly by top clubs. So Yeah, I do think that the 40. I mean, what's everyone saying about that? Let me know. Gale saying could be over 20 goals. Could be if he keeps going. Could be. Nigel D, what we going to do with Dan James? Sell him. Nigel, got to. He can't come back. He can't come back. He's got to go in the summer. Regardless, he's going to have to go. But obviously, we'll talk about it in the summer window. John Stevens saying Hjelde has a long-term future, needs games though. Yeah, absolutely. But it will be interesting, won't it, though, to see what happens with him after this loan spell with Rotherham. If he does go to Rotherham, is he going to be a long-term part of Leeds, or are we moving away from these guys could be good, and we'll give them a couple years, or is it now a case of we're only going to buy the best youngsters now, and they've got to be first team ready? It's interesting, isn't it? For me, the window, this window alone, just gives me a different vision, and maybe it is the 49ers behind it. Jason saying offload the wage bills. Yeah, it could be that as well in terms of bringing people in. Absolutely could be to offload the wage bills. But also, is it just a case of we can see that this player may not make it here? It's time for him to move on. It's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, listen, people, give me your thoughts on that in the comments below. Also about where you think the direction is going, just based off what you're seeing and hearing from the window this month. Like I say, unless anything breaks tonight and he's signed tonight, if Reuter signs tonight, I'll be back. But if not, I'll be back tomorrow. So hit the notification bell so you know when to come back. Hit a like before you leave, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Peace out, people. Enjoy the rest of your evening.